Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Ron Nicoletti. It is curling Florida Derby Day, a fantastic, better than fantastic 14 race card with 10 stakes. We got to go quickly to Pete Aiello and get those track and weather conditions.
14 races on the program for Florida Derby Day 2020. We couldn't have asked for any better weather conditions. Temperatures in the mid-80s, the sun was out, the track was fast, the turf was firm. We had world-class action all afternoon long. First of the day brought out allowance runners on turf at a mile and a 16th. A filly and mare cast went postward here, scratched the alternates 13 through 16. A field of 12. This was a wide open betting race. Racing at Gulfstream. Florida Derby Day 2020 is underway with Scatnap away the best to put a neck on top. From the outside, enjoy it while we can, using her speed to work over from that high draw. Take Charge Tina is away in early third. Devious Charm is now fourth, followed fifth by Nico's Dream. Then to the outside in Codrington. Length and a half to the rail, and Comic Kitten, who's mid-flight. She's about 6 lengths behind. Saving ground at the rail is Temple City Terror with traipsing on her outside. Second coming is third last. Second last is Zababa, and the early trailer is Woodfin. Around the first turn they go, and with the advantage, it's Scatnap on top of length and a half. Enjoy it while we can. On the outside is now second. Take Charge Tina remains third. Devious Charm in the two-path is fourth. Followed fifth by Nico's Dream. Sakakoga colors down at the inside, a half length in front of Codrington. Then it's a length and a half back to Comic Kitten with traipsing on her outside. She's about 7 lengths off the leader. Zababa is 3 wide and tugging. Down at the inside goes Temple City Terror alongside Woodfin, and now the trailer is second coming. 12 horses separated by 10 lengths in the run to the far turn with Scatnap the target. Scatnap went 49-4 for the opening half mile and is under siege now. Moving to take her on. Enjoy it while we can from second. Devious Charm is now third. Nico's Dream knifing between horses to be fourth. Take Charge Tina at the inside, followed by Codrington. Then it's Zababa running on from the back with Woodfin. Less than a quarter of a mile to go. Enjoy it while we can is up to challenge for the lead. Scatnap fights back from second. Nico's Dream is next. Loose and charging. Here's a late run from Traipsing. Final eighth of a mile. Traipsing is loose and charging. Trying to get Enjoy It while we can. Here's Traipsing in time. In front and going away under Joel Rosario. It was Traipsing. It was a wall of horses behind her in 142-3. We start the day with a big upset as number 11 Traipsing gets the job done at better than 15-1, giving Christophe Clement 2 in a row. How is that possible? Well, he won the last race yesterday, and he kicks off the card again today. Joel Rosario on board for the Stone Farm. It's the daughter of Stroll. It's Traipsing off a good trip to victory. We go to the second race now, 7 furlongs over the fast main track, the start of the early pick 4. Allowance optional claiming horses with a jockey change on the 7. Be Gone, Daddy. Make that jockey Lionel Reyes. A field of 12 signed on. The favorites included the 5, Beau Luminare, and 6, Traveling Midas. Toward the inside, Alerstro, one of the first to get underway. On the far outside, Burnin' Through Gold is quick to get underway as well. Top seed has speed. Beau Luminare is rushing in the center with Traveling Midas alongside. Down at the inside, Brutus now looking for forward position. Out the rail, and Jake Rocks. Gap of 2.5 to Zoe's Delight, who lets the pace develop ahead of him. Out the back door early are Stealth, Be Gone Daddy, and Over Deliver. Down the backstretch they go, Burnin' Through Gold from the 12th post to the rail, and 22-2 for a quarter speed. Traveling Midas is second. On the outside and now third, that's Gump. Back to fourth inside is Brutus. 2.5 to Jake Rocks, together with the favorite Beau Luminare. 2.5 clear of Top Seed, who's retreating steadily. Alerstro is next. Out wide on the course and Over Deliver, then Zoe's Delight. Stealth is at the back of the field, and trailing the field Be Gone Daddy through a 22-2 opening quarter, a half mile, and 44-4. Burnin' Through Gold is burning through dirt right now. He's at the quarter mile pole on top by a neck. Traveling Midas is there second, and he's up to the throat latch. Running home from the back. Over Deliver underway for Bravo down at the inside. After 3 quarters, after a half complete, and 44-4, it's Traveling Midas to the top. Traveling Midas now edging clear from Burnin' Through Gold. Still charging is Over Deliver to try to get a slice. Gump on the stand side. Traveling Midas almost there. Traveling Midas and Tyler Gaffleone to win it, and win it by 3 in the end. Over Deliver was second. Third was Gump, and fourth was Alerstro in 122-3. Number 6, Traveling Midas, stalked the very fast pace put up by Burnin' Through Gold, wore him down and held off everybody else to get a second race success. Trained by Rusty Arnold for Susan and Jim Hill. It was Tyler Gaffleone on board for the winning ride. It's the son of Quality Roads, Traveling Midas, to start the early pick 4. Time for a commercial timeout. Still a lot of action to come. Don't go away. simply super. He polishes off an outstanding campaign with a dominant victory in the Malibu.
No medication, no problem. Run happy, standing at Claiborne Farm.
Back now for the third race of the afternoon on the turf at a mile and a 16th. Allowance optional claiming horses in for a price tag of $62,500. Scratch the 4, 11, 15, and 16. Dylan Davis on the 8 unleveraged. Lionel Reyes on the 9, the green Mostert. And they're off. Was a smooth beginning for the big favorite Largent. He'll head off for the early lead. Moving in the center, that's Empire of War up to challenge for the top. Far outside and Rise the Guy trying to work over from the 14 post, but he's got rivals to his inside, including Tribhuvan, an award winner. And now in between horses is Plus Q Parfait to race on from 4th. Down at the inside and saving ground at this stage is Krampus. He's only about 5 lengths off the lead. On his outside goes unleveraged. On heels from behind them is Tribhuvan. He's now third last. Second last inside Proliferate, and the early trailer is Latest Version. Around the first turn they go. Largent has the lead. Rise the Guy was right alongside. Length and a half back to Empire of War, who's now third. On from 4th and Plus Q Parfait. Down at the inside and racing from 5th, that's Temple. On his outside goes Award Winner. Then it's a length and a half to the green Mostert, racing inside of Unleveraged. He's mid-flight, and he's about 7 lengths off the lead. Length and a half to Tribhuvan outside of Krampus, who's 2 better than Proliferate, with Latest Version still at the back, and we're half a mile from the finish. No easy time of it for Largent here. He's now tackled and overhauled by Rise the Guy, who leads by a neck. Largent holds the inside edge and starts to quicken back up a bit. He's now racing only a neck off the front. From 3rd and Empire of War on the outside, Plus Q Parfait. Temple's trying to work into the clear. Award Winner's got him boxed in. Trying to run home from the back is the green Mostert and Tribhuvan as they're at the top of the stretch. Down inside, Largent cuts the corner and finds a bit more. Rise the Guy is still right alongside second. Temple is loose and charging. Down at the inside and the green Mostert at a huge numbers running home. Less than an eighth to go. Largent trying to see it through. Temple's lunging at him. Largent or Temple. Here's the line. Largent scores. Largent by half a length over Temple in second. Down the center, Tribhuvan got up for third in 1:40 2. Bettors all over number 3, Largent, in today's third race, but they were all over him from the outset. He was well covered, pardon the pun, but he got the job done anyway, saving inside position off the top of the turn. You saw that he kind of slingshotted off the top of the turn, established the lead again, and proved that he is the real deal. Trained by Todd Pletcher and handled by Luis Saez for the Twin Creek Racing Stable and Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners. We go now to the 4th race, the first stake of the afternoon, the 6th edition of the Cutler Bay, 1 mile over the turf for $100,000 in guaranteed purse money. Rider change on 1, please call me back, make it Rajiv Mirage. Florent Giroux rides the 6, Vitology. Scratch the alternates, 13 through 16. Public pick was number 10, Decorated Invader. And they're off in the Cutler Bay Stakes. Great start for Get Smokin' from down toward the inside, but sent to go with him is Inter Miami, and these two hook up, working 2.5 clear of Summer to Remember, who's in stride with Captain D toward the inside. Out 4 wide on the course and street ready, 3 wide and trying to drop over. That's Mr. Hustle. His stablemate is at the back of the field. Just Call Me Back as Decorated Invader is second last, and the speed is on up front. Up front, it's Inter Miami in front 3 parts of a length. Get Smokin' is second. They're doing each other no favors. They've opened 5 or 6 lengths on the team of Captain D and Summer to Remember. Street Ready is 3 wide. Down at the inside, Vitology racing pretty well at this stage for Florent Giroux. A length and a half in front of Mr. Hustle, who's mid-flight. Outside and the length and a half back to the inside, and it's South Bend alongside Moon over Miami. They're mid-flight as well. A length and a half in front of Fenwick Station. Then Decorated Invader. He's 11th at this stage, and Just Call Me Back is last of the 12. Inside half a mile from home. To the far turn they go, and Inter Miami has the lead. On the outside, Get Smokin' tries again while second. 3 wide and Street Ready inside of Summer to Remember rather. Then backing up a bit is Captain D. Vitology's into the clear. Decorated Invader is underway for Rosario with South Bend just to his inside, and they're at the top of the stretch. Get Smokin' turns first with the advantage. From the inside and Summer to Remember, loose and charging Decorated Invader down the center. 1/8 of a mile to go. Get Smokin' starts to tire a bit. Here comes Decorated Invader storming up on the outside. Decorated Invader and Joel Rosario going away to win the Cutler Bay. Second was South Bend, and up third, Get Smokin's in a picture in 1:33 flat. Joel Rosario gets his second victory of the afternoon, and it comes for Christophe Clement, giving him a training double. It was the son of Declaration of War, decorated invader, who was well prepared and ready to roll in his seasonal debut. In front and going away at the end for West Point Thoroughbreds, Cheryl Manning, William Sandbrook, and William Freeman. We move now to the fifth race of the afternoon, another allowance race, this one at 1 mile over the main track. Allowance optional claiming horses at a $62,500 claiming price. Dylan Davis rides number 3, Network Effect, field of 11, and another wide open betting race. And they're off. From the center, Uncle Mojo, one of the first to get underway, is being sent forward with Squeeze Adios and Wind of Change into the top flight. Intrepid Heart and Musical Heart not far away. Alma Shrieks on the far outside. Bourbon War is just to his inside and no speed at all from Chewing Gum, who's last of the lot as they run out of the chute. Wind of Change is aggressive early. He's opened a 4-length lead now. Squeeze Adios is together with Musical Heart and Intrepid Heart with Alma Shriek on their outside. Kingsville is next. Alongside him is Network Effect. He's about 7 lengths off the lead. A gap of another 2 to Olympic Village. Dropping back after a good start was Uncle Mojo. He's back to second last, and the trailer is still Chewing Gum as they head to the opening half mile. 22-4 for a robust opening quarter speed. The advantage belongs to Wind of Change, but he's letting it all hang loose on a 5-length lead. Squeeze Adios, Alma Shriek second and third. Musical Heart and Intrepid Heart are in that cluster. Now starting to move into the clear is Network Effect, set down for the drive by Dylan Davis. Now starting to move. Network Effect up into third. Olympic Village trying to charge from the back alongside Bourbon War. Chewing Gum is underway, but he's got a ton of traffic ahead of him with a quarter of a mile left to go. Up front, it's still Wind of Change on top by 2.5. Network Effect has made a long sustained run to get into second. Back to third and Squeeze Adios. Chewing Gum continues to rally home. He's in the clear now with an eighth of a mile left to get. Up front, Wind of Change trying to spring the upset. Network Effect flattening out, but Chewing Gum is still coming. Chewing Gum and Network Effect try to get Wind of Change. Wind of Change almost home. Network Effect trying to get to him. Here's the line, Wind of Change. Wind of Change and Edgard Zayas at a nice number, 19-1. They beat Network Effect and Chewing Gum's third in 135-3. Number 7, Wind of Change gets the job done at a nice price. He had some good form in South America and tried his North American debut at Tampa last time out. He really didn't run bad, so you might have considered him an overlay here. Edgard Zayas did well to get him on the front and go all the way for Efren Loza Jr. and owners Amasio Alonso and the Summon Time Incorporated. Network Effect and Chewing Gum surged late, but they could not get to Wind of Change. We go to race number 6 now, the Grade 3 Howell's Hope Stakes. 29th edition of this race, named for the Florida Derby winner, at 1 1/8 over the fast main track for $100,000 in guaranteed purse money. Field of 11 signed on. The favorites included the 2, Bodie Express, and the 6, American Tattoo. And they're off in the Howell's Hope. Completely missing the start was Eye of a Jedi, 5 lengths last. From the outside, Rare Form, the gray, was away quickest, but Bodie Express is gunning from the inside gate, and these two hook up and go quickly in the early stages. American Tattoo is now third. Outside fourth is Realm, 2 better than Identifier, who's mid-flight while fifth. It's a gap of another 4 to Jess Whistle. They're really stringing out here. Prompt is on the outside of You're to Blame. 2 better than Sir Anthony. Harvey Wallbanger is second last, and after a terrible start, Eye of a Jedi is last, but the pace is on up front. Rare Form takes no prisoners early. He leads by a length and a quarter. Bodie Express will now move to his outside and flank the leader in second. Realm is a 3-wide third. American Tattoo beat for speed today. He's back to fourth. He's 4 clear of Jess Whistle. Then it's Identifier. You're to Blame with inside position, a half better than Prompt, who's 2 in front of Sir Anthony. Still at the back is Harvey Wallbanger, and Eye of a Jedi trails through a 47-1 opening half mile. Half a mile from the finish, Rare Form still the target. He leads a length and a half. Bodie Express starts to turn up the heat while second. These two are going for it and going for it right now. They've opened double digits on Realm, who's back third. Improving inside, Jess Whistle's on a move. He gets by American Tattoo, who calls it a day. Nobody running home from the back as they run past the 3 furlong grounds. Up front, Bodie Express and Jaramillo committed for home. They're 5 on top now. Jess Whistle's taking up the slack into second. That's all for Rare Form. Still nobody running on on from the back with less than a quarter of a mile to go. It's a two-horse contest. It's Bodie Express with the head start on Just Whistle. Identifier at a big number is charging down the center. Eighth of a mile left to go. Jaramillo trying to get one more furlong from Bodie Express. His strides are shortening. Just Whistle and Identifier with a huge upset possibility here. Here comes Identifier on the outside, and he'll win it. He's on the board at 60-1. Bombs away in the How's Hope. Identifier beat Just Whistle. Bodie Express third and 150-1. Kind of a bizarre result to today's How's Hope Stakes. They went super fast, and you would have thought that one of the dedicated closers would have a big chance to win it, but that just did not materialize. Nobody from the backfield did any significant work. The mid-flight horses ran on well, though, and one of them was a 60-1 bomber named Identifier. Identifier got the better of Ectibar in a very decent race last time out. In fact, it was a winning effort, but he was facing much tougher today. He proves his last was no fluke, giving Marcos Meneses a graded stakes victory for trainer Oscar Gonzalez and the Gelfenstein farm. We go to the seventh race now, the Sanibel Island Stakes on turf at a 1-mile trip, presented by U.S. Foods. Edgard Zayas rides the 1, Lucky Polly, scratched the 6 and the 13, field of 11, and another wide open betting race. And they're off in the Sanibel Island. It was a beautiful beginning for Cheermeister, and she's put into play early to take a clear advantage. From the outside, here's Air of Light from the top shelf, moving to be second. She's a bit keen. Fujairah settles in third. She's My Type as an early fourth. Lucky Polly from down toward the inside. Walkin' Marrakesh taps on the brakes. Highland Glory is 3 wide. They're followed by Onyx. Then it's Seducer from down toward the inside. Second last is How Ironic, and the early trailer is Stunning Sky. And the charge around the first turn, Cheermeister where she wants to be, on top, and leads a length and a quarter. On the outside, Air of Light is there second. Fujairah's a tugging third. She's My Type is now racing in the two-path from fourth. On the inside, and Lucky Polly is an early fifth. Highland Glory is sixth. Walkin' Marrakesh is seventh. Eighth and out wide is Onyx. Ninth is Seducer. 10th inside, Stunning Sky. And 11th and last is How Ironic. 23-2 for a quarter. The half mile was 47-1. Cheermeister plays the game her way. She's into the far turn on top by 2. Air of Light is second. Fujairah at the inside third. Racing in fourth is She's My Type. She's getting ready to tip and roll. Lucky Polly tries to slide through. In tight Walkin' Marrakesh. Highland Glory going 4 wide, 2.5 better than Seducer. Onyx is next, followed by Stunning Sky, and How Ironic is last, and Cheermeister still first. Cheermeister turns for home on top, but under siege, as She's My Type takes dead aim on the leader. Highland Glory down the center. Eighth of a mile to go. She's My Type tries to reach Cheermeister, who tries to hold her off. Cheermeister is still in front. She's My Type can't get her. On the outside, Highland Glory might. Here's the line. Photo finish. Very close out in the center. Highland Glory was drifting while surging. Tried to get Cheermeister. It's picture time in 134-2. Number 5, Cheermeister loses a heartbreaker in deep stretch as she got nailed on the money by Paco Lopez. And number 11, Highland Glory, the daughter of Sky Mesa, was along in time for Steadfast Stable and Trader Barkley Tag. Bet down from a 12-1 line, you got almost $10 on Highland Glory, who beats Cheermeister, She's My Type, and Stunning Sky. Time for a commercial timeout. Still to come, the Florida Derby program rolls on with the Sir Shackleton up next. Back now for the 8th race of the afternoon, the 8th edition of the Sir Shackleton Stakes. 7 furlongs over the fast main track for $75,000 in guaranteed purse money. Scratch the 11 and 12. Manny Franco rides the 8 Vacoma. Dylan Davis rides the 9 Yorkton. The race favorites included the 3 Last Judgment and the 8 Vacoma. And they're off. Great beginning for Vacoma from the outside draw, moving up between horses. That's home base. Down at the inside is High Riverside. From the top shelf, both Yorkton and He Hate Me move into contention. Jackson's mid-flight early. Length and a half to Last Judgment, who's 2 better than Garter and Ty. And the Bourbon horses are at the back. Bourbon Resolution just ahead of Bourbon Calling as they complete the opening quarter mile. Yorkton now strides forward to take a 2-length lead over He Hate Me in second. Vacoma's now third. Far outside, Jackson moves to be fourth, a length and a half better than High Riverside. Home base is on his outside. 2 clear of Last Judgment, who's 4 in front of Garter and Ty. Second last is Bourbon Calling, and Bourbon Resolution is still last of all as they swing to the far turn. 3 furlongs left to go with Yorkton the target. He Hate Me is in pursuit second. Jackson a 3-wide third. Vacoma's on a rebid for Manny Franco. He's up into fourth, now into third. 2 better than Home Base. Nothing running on from the back, at least not yet, as they run to the top of the stretch. There's a quarter of a mile left to go. He Hate Me bids up outside of Yorkton. Vacoma's flat to the boards while third. These 3 well clear of the others. On the top of the stretch they come. Less than a quarter of a mile to go. Far outside, Vacoma starts to hit high gear now, and Vacoma has now kicked to a lead. Yorkton is back to second. He Hate Me is back to third, but well prepared off the extended vacation by George Weaver. Here's Vacoma to win the Sir Shackleton. Second, Yorkton. Third, He Hate Me. From way back, Bourbon Resolution ran home for fourth, and fifth was Home Base in 121 and 4. Last year's Bluegrass Stakes winner comes back a winner today as number 8 Vacoma rallies for the victory. The cream rose to the top here as Manny Franco had this horse on a rebid at the top of the stretch, and he kicked by with something in the tank. Well prepared off the long layoff by George Weaver for Randy Hill's R.A. Hill stable and McGatz's stable. They couldn't match strides with the classy son of Candy Ride. Vacoma, your Sir Shackleton winner over Yorkton, a good second at a nice price. Let's go to the 9th race now, the start of today's Rainbow Six. The Rainbow Six pool closed at just about $11 million. Had to go today. Sand Spring Stakes on turf at 1 mile, scratch the 3, 5, and the 10. Dylan Davis rides the 9, Angel of Mischief. The off-time favorite was number 2, Zoffel. And they're off in the Sand Spring Stakes. From the rail, Picara's away quickly with Valedictorian moving up on her outside. Wider than them is Another Time. She'll be 3 wide into third. On from fourth, that's East Moon. Racing on her outside is Angel of Mischief, only 2.5 lengths off the lead. Race favorite Zoffel is down toward the inside, working ahead of Get Mother a Rose. Then it's a gap of 2 to High Regard, racing ahead of La Signari second last. And Smart Shot is last of all as Valedictorian is on top. Valedictorian into the backstretch on top by 2. Another Time second. Picara now third. Angel of Mischief in the yellow colors on the outside is now fourth. Down at the inside, an East Moon races from fifth. Then Get Mother a Rose and Zoffel with High Regard 3 wide. La Signari is second last, and then it's a gap of 3 to Smart Shot, who's last of all. The opening quarter was 23 and 3 as they go half a mile from the finish. Valedictorian through a 46 and 3/2 mile. She's on top to the far turn, a length and a half. Another Time is second at the inside. Picara now third. Angel of Mischief continues in fourth. Get Mother a Rose now fifth under Manny Franco, being asked to quicken. East Moon is losing ground. High Regard is on her outside. Then back to Zoffel. She's got horse, but she's got no place to go. Meanwhile, La Signari muscles into the clear, and Smart Shot is last, but Valedictorian is still first. Off the turn in the stretch drive, Valedictorian with 1/8 of a mile to go and 2 on top. Here comes La Signari down the center. La Signari gobbling up the ground, and she's up to take over. Loose and charging is Zoffel. She'll get up into second, but La Signari got the jump, and La Signari is your Sand Springs winner. Zoffel is second, Valedictorian third. Picara finished fourth in 133 flat. Brendan Walsh runs 1-2 in the race, but it was the horse who got the clear run that got the better end of the deal. Number 6, La Signari, the less fancied of the 2 Walsh runners. She got a good trip from Tyler Gaffleon, launching a sustained bid from the back. Owned by Bradley Thoroughbreds, Tim and Anna Cameron in the Mataquette stable. Brendan Walsh, the winning trainer. Tyler Gaffleon for a riding double. La Signari beats Zoffel, who just missed while second. We go to the 10th race now, the 56th edition of the Grade 3 Orchid Stakes. 100,000 in guaranteed purse money, presented by Root and Riddle. A mile and 3/8 on turf, jockey change on 3, Iressa, make it a Misael Jaramillo. The race favorite was the 6, Mean Mary. And they're off. The favorite, Mean Mary, was away quickly. On her outside, Bo Bell moves to take her on from second. Splitting horses, Gentle Ruler hunting for an early position. She'll land third. Outside, Cap de Cruz de Grey is an early fourth, 2 better than La Australiana. Irissa is next toward the rail, a length and a half in front of Elizabeth Way. She's off the speed today, a length better than Beale Street. Then long shot Quick Witted, followed by Kelsey's Cross and Overthinking, and the early trailer is Get Explicit. They passed in front of us for the first time through an opening quarter of 24-2. At even money, Mean Mary carving out the numbers with a length to work with. Bo Bell on the outside keeps the pressure on. Second, Gentle Ruler, well spotted at this stage. Third at the inside. Followed fourth by Cap de Cruz. She's only 2.5 lengths off the leader, working well clear of Irissa, who's an early fifth. Outside in sixth, that's La Australiana. Seventh is Elizabeth Way. Racing eighth is Beale Street. Ninth is Quick Witted. 10th at the inside, Kelsey's Cross. Overthinking is 11th. And Get Explicit is last of the 12 as they pass the half in 48-4. Around the clubhouse turn they go. Luis Saez harnessing the speed of the daughter of Scat Daddy, Mean Mary, front and center with a length advantage. Bo Bell is still second. Gentle Ruler is still third. Cap de Cruz is fourth. There's been no change in the plot mid-race. It's a gap of 4 to Irissa, working ahead of the team of La Australiana and Elizabeth Way. Elizabeth Way is down toward the inside for Paco, about 8 or 9 lengths behind. 2 back to Beale Street with Quick Witted for company. Then it's Kelsey's Cross and Overthinking, and Get Explicit has been last throughout after 3 quarters in 1:13-2. Inside half a mile to the finish in the 56th edition of the Orchid Stakes, and Mean Mary continues to lead. Down at the inside, Gentle Ruler will have an opportunity to rally from there. Bo Bell starts to drop back. Cap de Cruz is now 3 wide while fourth. Down at the inside comes Elizabeth Way. She's an on-running fifth. 2 back to the inside and Beale Street, and now the pace quickens. Does Mean Mary have anything in reserve? It appears she does. She's off the turn with a 2-length lead. Gentle Ruler and Chris Landeros to the attack second. These two well clear of the others, but Mean Mary is still finding Mean Mary by 2 lengths. Down the center, Gentle Ruler trying to cut into the margin, but Mean Mary goes 1 mile and 3/8, gate to wire, and she won the Orchid by a length. Second was Gentle Ruler. On for third was Elizabeth Way. Cap de Cruz finished fourth, then Beale Street in 2:11-3. Number 6, Mean Mary, lulled them to sleep on the top end, but let me tell you something, folks. This is a very talented daughter of Scat Daddy. She won this race and won by a length, but she was very confidently handled, and I'm not sure she ever got into high gear. She can cruise along, as she proved last time. She went all the way for Grand Motion and Luis Saez, and owner and breeder Alex Campbell Jr. We move now to the 11th race of the afternoon, the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Oaks, presented by Fasig-Tipton. $200,000 in guaranteed purse money to the first finish line at 1 mile and 16. Luis Saez rides the 5 Spice is Nice, scratched the alternates 13 and 14. The favorites were the Devona Dale top duo of Spice is Nice and Tonalist's Shape. And they're off in the Fasig-Tipton Gulfstream Park Oaks. It was a great start between horses for Swiss Skydiver, who's put into play by Paco, and Swiss Skydiver goes to the top. Bajan Girl down toward the inside. Lucrezia is on the outside, and down in tight is Inveterate toward the inside as Lake Avenue is covered up and Sunset Promise is widest of all. Then it's the grade Dream Marie, followed out wide by Tonalist Shape. She's 3 or 4 deep early, 1.5 lengths in front of Spartanka. Spice is Nice, off the speed today. Out 3 wide on the course goes Adeline, and the early trailer is Mrs. S. 24-1 for the opening quarter as they race into the backstretch. Swiss Skydiver has them stacked and packed behind her, and she leads by a length over Lucrezia, who's now second. On the outside, Sunset Promise is there third toward the inside, and Bajan Girl fourth. Lake Avenue follows along in fifth, out wide on the course in Tonalist Shape. Then it's back to Dream Marie. Mitchell has about 4 lengths off the pace setter. Down at the inside, Spartanka scooting through. Adeline is widest on the course with Inveterate. Then it's back to the outside, and Spice is Nice. She's second last and being ridden along. And Mrs. S, her stablemate, is last of all as they went the opening half mile in 49 seconds flat. Up front, Swiss Skydiver is still fresh and still in front. She leads 3 parts of a length. Lucrezia has had a good run of it, and she's creeping closer second. Lake Avenue, 3 wide and moving to the top duo while third. The rest are really stringing out behind them. And fourth is Bajan Girl. Up to fifth is Dream Marie, and they're at the top of the stretch. The favorites have too much to do. Up front, Swiss Skydiver has been masterfully handled by Paco Lopez. Turns for home with the advantage. Lucrezia to the attack is second. Lake Avenue is now third. But as they go to the first finish line, they left Paco alone. And Swiss Skydiver is a Gulfstream Park Oaks winner. She went all the way by 3 in the end. A great battle for second between Lucrezia, Lake Avenue, and Bajan Girl. No doubt about the winner, the Swiss Skydiver. Well, I can't say as I would have figured the pace to be that slow going into the backstretch of today's 11th race, and apparently I wasn't the only one, as they really conceded the lead to Swiss Skydiver, and that was a major mistake, as this daughter of Daredevil bravened up on the top end. You can't go 49 and change on any racetrack, let alone Gulfstream Park, and a graded stake and expect to run down their leader, and they didn't. The Swiss Skydiver, masterfully handled by Paco Lopez, Ken McPeak, and owner Peter Callahan. We move next to the 12th race of the afternoon, the start of the late pick 3, race number 12, the 59th edition of the Kitten's Joy Pan American, presented by Hillendale Farms. $200,000 in guaranteed purse money at 12 furlongs, a mile and a half on the turf. Manny Franco on the 4 Current, scratch the 7 Prince of Arabia. All the money for the Pegasus World Cup turf winner, Zulu Alpha. Racing in the Kitten's Joy Pan American Stakes. Galleon Mass was off a touch slow. Spooky Channel was off best, and he goes looking for the advantage from Current, who moves to challenge from second. Longshot Manicomio is tugging and now third. Gaffleone trying to work over on Zulu Alpha, but he'll be about 3 wide on that first turn. Moving outside of him and Focus Group, likewise trying to get over from their high draw. Down at the inside in Bema's Boy, on hold is Go Poke the Bear, really tugging on Paco. Channel Cat is down toward the inside. He's well settled second last, and after a slow getaway, the trailer is Galleon Mast. The quarter complete in 24 seconds flat. In mid-flight, Manicomio still fighting the rider. He floats Focus Group 4 wide. That's good news for Spooky Channel, who now tries to back it down mid-race. Manicomio and Current will have none of that. They're up to challenge for the top. 4 wide Focus Group. He hasn't been able to work over yet. Down at the inside in Bema's Boy alongside Go Poke the Bear. Zulu Alpha, unhurried at this stage, alongside the second choice Channel Cat, and then it's 2 to the trailer, Galleon Mast. The opening half mile was pretty quick here, 48 and 2. The quarter time was 24 seconds flat as they swing into the clubhouse turn. Spooky Channel and Julian Leparoux carving out the numbers. They lead the race 3 parts of a length over Manny Franco and Current from second. Bema's Boy sequestered third at the inside for Giroux. In the 2 path goes Go Poke the Bear. 3 wide in Manicomio. Channel Cat has saved ground on both turns. He's now at the inside and only 4 lengths behind. For a company on the outside in Focus Group. Then it's Zulu Alpha. Looks like he's going to have to go wide today, and the trailer is Galleon Mast. 3 quarters in 1:13 and 3, less than 5/8 to run. Spooky Channel in a bid to make all. He leads 3 parts of a length. Current on the outside is now second. Bema's Boy is there third. Go Poke the Bear is in between horses while fourth. Then Manicomio. Gaffleone's moving on Zulu Alpha. He's 5 wide on the course, and here he comes. He was second last. He's now third and on a blitz to the top. Down at the inside, it's Bema's Boy, and Galleon Mast tries to run home from the back, and now the pace quickens. Up front, it's Current to take on Spooky Channel. 3 wide in Zulu Alpha. On from the back, and Galleon Mast, he's 4 wide for Bravo. Then the Paradise team of Bema's Boy and Go Poke the Bear held up in traffic as Channel Cat as they turn for home. The mile in 1:38 and 3, less than a quarter of a mile to go in the Pan Am. Zulu Alpha up to challenge Current for the top. Current is digging in on the outside, and Zulu Alpha right alongside, loose and charging. Here's Bema's Boy, a wild finish. Bema's Boy lunging. Bema's Boy is up to win it. Bema's Boy in a well-judged ride from Laurent Giroux. They nailed the leaders in the deep stretch and win the Pan Am in 2:24 and 4. Exciting finish to today's Pan Am. In the end, it was not Zulu Alpha to get the money. It was Mike Maker, though. It was Bema's Boy who ran down Zulu Alpha to get the money. Owned by Paradise Farms, who, at least in my opinion, have had the best meat they've ever had at Gulfstream Park this winter. Seems like that black and gold is in the winner's circle every other day, every other race sometimes. Congratulations and a heck of a claim by this group for Into the Son of Into Mischief. Bema's Boy claimed for just $30,000. He's a grade 2 winner now for Mike Maker and Laurent Giroux. Still 2 to go. We'll bring you the Appleton and the Florida Derby right after this. And they're off. Second in the 2 path. Ground on her inside. Race. A quarter of a mile to go, and he's 6 on top. Last of the 12 as they roll into the backstretch. We're back now for the 13th race of the afternoon, the Grade 3 Appleton Stakes. A very nice field assembled for the 68th edition of this race at 1 mile on turf. Scratch the alternates 13 through 16, a field of 12, and all 12 in with a shot here. And they're off in the 68th running of the Appleton. Dr. Edgar was away quickly from the center, and he's going to try to get a clear advantage, but Balarox and March to the Arch try to hold their inside ground, and Sombaye comes away in the top flight. Murad is between horses. El Tormenta trying to work over, but it looks like he'll be at least 5 wide on the course. Just behind him is Smart Remark. Then it's a length and a half back to English B, and El Tormenta was spun about 5 or 6 deep. Down at the inside goes Hembry third last. Louder Than Bombs is second last, and the trailer is Social Paranoia. Around the first turn they go with the advantage. Dr. Edgar and Paco in front by a neck. Murad is there second. El Tormenta has no choice. He's got to march forward to try to get over to the inside. And here's El Tormenta on a backstretch blitz to put a neck on top. From between horses, Murad is there second. Down at the inside, Dr. Edgar third. These three going aggressively with Sombaye racing three wide while fourth. In between horses, Balarox down at the inside and March to the arch. Then it's a length and a half to Mr. Dumas. English B is at the inside in the black colors. Two better than Smart Remark and Hembry. Louder Than Bombs is now three wide, and still at the back is Social Paranoia. Around the far turn they go. Dr. Edgar gives way, and Murad is in front. Now Sombaye moves three wide. Yellow Cap on the outside. Mr. Dumas four wide, five wide, and Louder Than Bombs. Many chances here. Who do you like with Murad still the target? Sombaye, Dr. Edgar back running again from last in Social Paranoia. Here comes Social Paranoia with a full head of steam. Here's Social Paranoia running by and going away to win the Appleton. Social Paranoia from last to first to win. It's close for second. Sombaye might have held on. March to the arch right alongside in 132 and 4. Appropriately isolated in the early stages of today's Appleton, it was 7 Social Paranoia who sat last early and ran by everybody in the stretch run, giving Florent Giroux a riding double, in fact 2 in a row, as this son of Street Boss proves much the best. Trained by Todd Pletcher for the Elkstone Group, it was the hunch play of the day. It was Social Paranoia, your Appleton Stakes winner. Let's go to the 14th and feature race. It was the 69th edition of the Curlin Florida Derby, presented by Hillendale Farms. $750,000 in guaranteed money. It was a Grade 1 event. The bettors like the Holy Bull winner, Tis the Law, and the Fountain of Youth winner, Ete Indian. And they're off in the Curlin Florida Derby. Moving up toward the inside, Chivalry gets the first call, as seen on TV. Was away quicker today, and he's down toward the inside, but Chivalry beats him to the rail. Up on the outside, Ete Indian is next. They're stacked across the course after that. Rogue Element was no less than 6 wide as they chase Chivalry around the first turn. Ete Indian right up on his outside. He's now second, as seen on TV. He has to angle for racing room. He's a joint third with the Holy Bull winner, Tis the Law, 4 wide and fourth. 5 wide out there in Independence Hall. Gouverneur Morris is sandwiched between horses. My First Grammy is down toward the inside. Candy Tycoon is second last, and the trailer is Rogue Element, and the pace is controlled early. 23 and 3 for the opening quarter. Down the backstretch they go. Chivalry having an early tussle with Ete Indian on the outside second. Manny Franco has Tis the Law perfectly positioned third at the 5/8. Back to fourth goes as seen on TV. Then it's Candy Tycoon. He covers up Gouverneur Morris, who's in the 2 path. At the inside in My First Grammy, third last. Candy Tycoon is still second last, and the trailer is Rogue Element, and they're inside half a mile from home in the Florida Derby. And here comes the matchup. Ete Indian just ran by Chivalry, but Tis the Law moves to him on the outside. Independence Hall given the green light by Joel Rosario to launch a bid. He's now fourth, 4 in front of Gouverneur Morris. Backpedaling is as seen on TV. The rest not of consequence with 5/16 to run. On the outside, Tis the Law bids up boldly now to challenge Ete Indian for the top. Chivalry at a huge number cuts the corner and tries to fight on. Gouverneur Morris is loose and charging on the far outside. Less than a quarter of a mile to go. Manny Franco sets down Tis the Law, and he's moving away. Chivalry is now outrunning Ete Indian for second. Gouverneur Morris is now fourth. Less than a 16th to go in the Florida Derby, and it's time to respect the law. Tis the Law is your Florida Derby winner. He won by 3 over Chivalry second, Ete Indian third, then Gouverneur Morris and Independence Hall to complete the high five in 150 flat. Number 7, Tis the Law, was perfectly ridden by jockey Manny Franco. I mean, figuring 5/8 from home, Tis the Law is in the clear 3 wide on the hip of Ete Indian. If you were a Tis the Law fan, you were walking to the windows. Now, there's no windows to walk to, but you were very, very happy as Tis the Law got exactly the trip he wanted, and the son of Constitution, himself a Florida Derby winner, gets the job done in very nice fashion. Owned by the Sakatoga stable and trained by Barkley Tag, Team Funny Side is back. Manny Franco on board. Tis the Law, your Florida Derby champion. How about the local horse, number 2, Chivalry? He fought back inside and got second at 80-1 ahead of Ete Indian, who ended up third. Late pick 5 today for $3,200 in the Rainbow 6. Just less than $20,000 on a $2 wager. We'll have guaranteed money in that Rainbow 6 tomorrow. Sunday racing begins at 1 o'clock.
Hope you had a fantastic Curlin Florida Derby day. We're back here on Sunday with a 10-race card. Our first race post, 1 p.m. come and join us. Well, not really in person, but join us on all the airwaves and, of course, at firstbet.com or expressbet.com, and you can watch and wager at gulfstreampark.com. So lots of ways to watch us here at Gulfstream Park.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.